Hello everybody and welcome to STEM Ambassador East Midlands Volunteers Week celebration. Woohoo! We are celebrating our impact and looking at how we can shape our future. Get ready, get a drink and let's go. I'm Evie Lee, I'm the STEM Ambassador Coordinator for the East Midlands. We've also got Jackie, who is the Lincolnshire Coordinator, and we've got Corinne as well, who is the Nottingham and Leicestershire Coordinator. So, a warm welcome to you. The purpose of this event is to celebrate your incredible dedication and impact, catch up and connect with all of you, and we want to share our exciting plans for the coming months and for next year. It's also an open forum for your questions, so if you've got any questions, send us an email or comment down below. Your impact. So just for anybody who is not already a STEM Ambassador who's watching, STEM Ambassador Programme is a programme of STEM professionals who volunteer their time and expertise to teach young people aged 5 to 19 about the world of STEM and their passions as well. So we appreciate the time and enthusiasm that you guys give to help young people. Your role as a STEM Ambassador is vital. Because I'm a bit of a stat nerd, I've decided to put on the impact that we've done. So have a look at our impact stats. Activities completed this year, almost 3,000. Activity hours, over 22,000. How awesome is that? Participants involved, that is over 400,000 students involved. And that's just awesome. That blows my mind. And also organisations engaged is almost 3,000. So just for that, we are doing amazing and we should give ourselves a pat on the back, really. So next, I wanted to talk about the inspiring moments, shouting out your stories. So often we get STEM ambassadors who share what they're doing and share good feedback with us. We love seeing it. For example, it's a nice shout out to Andrew Jenkins, who did a careers day with Heath Primary School. Andrew received this heartfelt letter after his visit. Feel free to pause if you want to have a look. But that's one of the ways that you guys can be celebrated. Another one, Mark Keating and Mohan, who had some fabulous and heartfelt thank yous from local Ashfield students from the Sherwood Observatory Reach for the Stars event. They even got feedback from the chairman of Ashfield District Council. So if you guys do get any good feedback or get any thanks from schools, let us know and share with us, because we want to celebrate you and we love seeing the good impact that you guys make. So making sure that you do send us anything, we'd love to see it, really. So next, we wanted to just shout out some key achievements from this year. So we've got the Faraday total. So Faraday is a programme that we do with schools all over the East Midlands. That is year 8. This year we've managed to do 24 sessions in 55 schools have participated, and over 730 students have taken part, almost 60 ambassadors. That is fantastic, and we've been doing that from November 2024 to May 2025. So it's been a long time, but it's really something that we've worked really hard at. We're really thankful for you guys getting involved as well. Also, we've had the Young Coders competition. This is a competition for young people aged 7 to 13. So we have students from all over the world. And in this instance, for this year, we've had almost 1,000 students taking part. This is one of the biggest years for the amount of ambassadors. So ambassadors in this event, they are judges for the young coders who code Scratch games for them to judge, and they get a little bit of feedback. And it's just awesome that we've managed to get 200 ambassadors involved this year and impacted so many students.
Right, so I'm going to talk to you about going forward into the end of this year and then next year, and hopefully inspire some of you lovely ambassadors to either take the plunge in your first volunteering episode, or to encourage some of you who already are seasoned ambassadors and volunteers to actually do a little bit more. So our big focus at the moment is what we're calling our targeted intervention project, and that's where we're working in SEND schools with children who have SEND needs, and we are putting together a series of sessions, and those will be taking place in July and June. So that's literally in the next sort of couple of weeks or so, starting, that is. And we have sessions that will be themed across the aviation sector, the food manufacturing sector, the gaming sector, and the environmental sector. What we are aiming to do, i.e. the purpose of the intervention, is to encourage SEND students to think about roles in each of those sectors. At the moment, students in SEND schools really don't get an awful lot of careers advice, and their sort of aspirations to go on and look at STEM roles probably aren't the best that they could be. So we are trying to intervene really and get them to think about the kind of appropriate roles that they could go on and do when they actually do leave SEND provision. So we put together these sessions. There'll be kind of 3 going on in each 3 schools across the region. We have the Willoughby School in Bourne in Lincolnshire. We have Agar School, which is in Gainsborough, which is also Lincolnshire. And then we have Birchwood School, which is in Melton Mowbray, which is in Leicestershire. We are looking for ambassadors to come and support us during those days. The days will be really interesting because any ambassadors who have worked in SEND environments know just how rewarding those interaction with SEND students are. And that is one of our second ambitions with this project, is to encourage more ambassadors to come into those environments and to actually work with the SEND students. So 2 kind of ambitions for the project really. One, to encourage SEND students to think more advisedly about STEM roles, and second one, which really impacts you, is to encourage STEM ambassadors to come and volunteer in SEND environments. And once you've been in a SEND environment, you will absolutely love it, and you'll wonder why you've never volunteered in one of those roles before. We are putting on some Faraday DIY sessions. At the moment, the actual funding for the Faraday sessions that we did last season has been paused while the IET sort of have a think about what they want to do. So what we are likely to do is to put on some DIY sessions. So we'll be able to offer sessions using the Faraday DIY kits that they have on their website. We'll be able to offer those into schools right across the East Midlands, and offer them not just to year 8s, but into year 7s and possibly into the top end of primary schools. And that means that we'll have lots of opportunities for ambassadors to come in and support us during these fabulous days. The students absolutely love them. They really rise to the challenge of these amazing days where they get to be sort of engineers and sort of think like an engineer, behave like an engineer, and sort of decide if perhaps being an engineer is for them or not. So we will develop our plans. This project, those of you who've been keeping tabs on us will know that last year we had a big funded project called Aero Discover. The grant funding came from Civil Aviation Authority and the Department for Transport. The funding was only for 1 calendar year. What we are doing now is to try and find some additional sources of funding so we can run the project most likely on a significantly smaller scale, but to continue the work that we started in terms of encouraging students right across the East Midlands into jobs in the aviation and aerospace sector. It's a really large sector. It's an important sector for the economy, and it's growing, and we need lots of talent in there. We will let you know if we are successful in getting any grant funding for that, and if we do, we'll be calling on ambassadors who would like to to get involved in that project again. We will be, as the bottom line on that PowerPoint says, continuing what we're doing now. We'd also like to hear from you if you have any ideas in terms of new directions that we could develop. Lots of you have brilliant ideas as to activities that we could be running in schools or in youth groups or in other environments. So if you have got ideas, if you've got sort of thoughts about what we could do, where we could go, please let us know, and we'll be happy to sort of have that conversation with you.
Right, okay, so now I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what's been done in the East Midlands with STEM Ambassadors. Been loads of events
And this is only just a really teeny tiny little snapshot of what's been going on. Thank you to everybody who's been involved in the activities that I'm going to be showing, and also the activities that I'm not showing. I couldn't show all of them because there are literally thousands of them. So in Leicestershire, we've got the IET Faraday Challenge Days, which have been really successful. I know Evie's talked about those a little bit. Great opportunities for ambassadors to get involved, particularly if you're new to be an ambassador. It's a good one where we are leading the event and you're there supporting and being a judge for that. We've also been working with Leicestershire libraries, and we've been working in the school holidays with some afternoon events, couple of hours, where the libraries choose a book that they would like to promote, and then we create STEM activity linked to the book. So in February and April, we did Gangster Granny. We were designing and making electrical alarm systems to stop Gangster Granny from stealing the crown jewels from the Tower of London. Fabulous event, really good, aimed at 7 to 11-year-old children, and the families were involved as well. So it's a great way to see the connection between children and their parents. And they learnt about simple circuits and then went on to create their Tower of London and their security system. Also good ones to get involved with if you are a new ambassador. We've also got lots of different types of events going on. So if electronics is not your then we've got careers fairs, we've had science in Islam, we've had speed networking, engaging girls in computing, work experience, construction at Caterpillar, visits to the Space Centre, mock interviews. They're all things that have happened in Leicestershire and more as well. So just to give you a little tiny snapshot of those. In Lincolnshire, they've been doing some fabulous work in aerospace and aeronautical engineering. Lots of events happening on with the Aero Discover project, the Faraday challenges, rocket engineering workshops with year 8. That looks amazing, sounds amazing. The annual Sir Isaac Newton lecture, where 350 students attended. That is happening again this September, so it would be great to get you involved. Possibly if you want to find out more, get in touch. Also lots of visits to lots of ambassadors going into schools, working with primary and secondary and academies, also outside of schools as well. Lots of different events, as you can see just from the little snapshot that we've got there of some of the ones that have been happening. Nottinghamshire, if you've not been to the Sherwood Observatory and you're in that area, highly recommended. The observatory is a fantastic place just to visit and just to go and have a look. Got a great little museum there. They're getting involved with quite a lot of activities to promote space and astronomy. The Festival of Science and Curiosity happens every year. That's a really good one to get involved with. Lots of different activities, and then lots of other things going on with the university and also lots of different schools within Nottinghamshire. Again, a few more things here going on in Nottinghamshire. Primary school visits, getting involved with some T-level students in working in health. British Science Week, which was huge across the East Midlands, a very, very busy time. I know lots of you got really stuck in and doing lots of activities, and thank you to you for doing all those, because I know British Science Week is a very, very busy time. In Derbyshire, we have Rolls-Royce have been involved. We've got the British Army have been doing lots of fabulous stuff across the East Midlands, and also particularly in Derbyshire, doing lots of promotion and lots of visits into schools with STEM activities. Lots of primary schools getting involved. We'd really like to get more involved in Derbyshire. So if you have any events or schools that you would like to support in Derbyshire, get in touch and we'll get those connections made. Lots happening in Northamptonshire as well. Loads of careers fairs and presentations happening in Northamptonshire on a regular basis as well. Northampton Academy are doing monthly STEM lectures where they invite people in to talk about STEM. Really good one to get involved in.
Right, so let me tell you about what's coming up so you can plan your volunteering schedule accordingly. So if you're in the Leicestershire region, you can head down to with the Leicestershire libraries, and you can help Corinne do some junk bots. So what's going on there is Corinne will be creating a little jumping robot that's based on the book The Wild Robot by Peter Brown. The librarians will do a little bit of reading, so that's up literacy with STEM. So that's a really nice little collaboration there. It's going to be a really friendly little session that's happening right across the Leicestershire Library cohort, and that's in July and August. It's the school holidays basically. So if you are a parent and a STEM ambassador, you can go down and amuse your child and do some volunteering all at the same time. Yes, you can. Kill two birds with one stone. If you kind of anywhere near kind of the city centre, Warning Zone, they are regularly looking for ambassadors to come and support them. They are a charity, kind of educate children about kind of life skills. So if you want to kind of come and support Warning Zone, let us know. As we've mentioned already, we are looking at the SEND targeted intervention project that's happening this term before school breaks up, and that's happening at Birchwood amongst other places. We've got speed networking going on at Crown Hills, and that's happening in June. Evie, did you want to hop in there about DMU?
For DMU in November, I will be at the Health and Life Sciences PAVE event. So that is an employability conference. We will be doing a careers fair stand, so I'd love to have some STEM ambassadors there to help wave the flag of health and life sciences. Perfect if you are a De Montfort University alumni in the health and life sciences working now. It's a great chance to connect with people who might be in your future workforce and maybe encourage them to get involved with your workplace one day, really. We'll also be doing some online sessions where we'll be doing a bit of a STEM talk to the students as well. These are university students. So if you're interested, please give me an email or look on the platform. Get in touch, please.
Right, so if you happen to be in the lovely Nottinghamshire region, again, we've got the junk bots sessions in the Nottinghamshire libraries. If you're kind of in the city centre, that's taking place in the Central Library as well. We've got careers information evenings taking place at the Priory Belvoir in October, so you've got plenty of planning time ahead of you to sort of think about that one. We've got Futures Week Skills Day, that's at Bilborough Sixth Form College. That's happening this month. Year 10 STEM Skills Day at the Holgate Academy. That's this term. And then also this term, we've got a Year STEM afternoon at Shirebrook Academy. If you're in Derbyshire, plenty going on there. If you want to do some volunteering at the Meadow Farm Community Primary School, we've got a Key Stage 2 science experiment workshop going on there. That's July. I think they're pretty urgently looking for volunteers to support there. If you could offer any support there, that would be really, really appreciated. We've got a robotics STEM club at the virtual school. That's when schools go back in September. Got the World of Work lunchtime question and answer session. That's at Lady Manor School. That's this side of the school holidays. Got Young Engineers and Scientists of Derby challenge, and that's at the university again, this side of school holidays. And then lastly, we've got mock interviews coming up this month at the Pingle School. If you are in Lincolnshire, which is my side of the territory, a lot going on there this side of the school holidays. So it's quite busy. We've got a Year 9 STEM Day at Spalding Academy. We've got the pizza box activity going on at Willoughby. That's the SEND activity we've already mentioned. We've got the Sir Isaac Newton lecture that's going on in September at the University of Lincoln. The theme this year is cybersecurity, and it's a 500-seater capacity there at the lecture theatre. So if you're interested in there, that would be really appreciated. We do need ambassadors to go down and do a little bit of marshalling, but if you're interested in just sort of popping along to actually just sort of listen to the lecture and the TED Talks, you'd be very, very welcome. If you are in the cybersecurity industry and you'd like to put a stand up in the atrium at lunchtime and talk to the 500 or so students and the teachers that will be there, please do get in touch and we'll be able to accommodate that. Lincoln Minster School in the next couple of weeks are having a Year 10 Futures Day, and Cafe STEM, that's at Carr's Grammar School in Sleaford. They are always looking for ambassadors to go down and talk to their Year 12s and 13s about interesting science, engineering, maths, interesting computing. It's modelled on Café Scientifique. The concept is all about getting sort of STEM information out into the kind of the public domain, but in a sort of user-friendly way. So if you have anything kind of knowledge, a sort of a subject or a sort of career profile that's really, really interesting, and you're happy to go and share it with the students at Carr's, then let me know. It takes place at lunchtime. It's sort of a 15-minute chat over sort of coffee and cake, and then they give you a sort of 15-minute question and answer session. They can do it virtually if you can't get down there in person. It's actually run by the sixth formers themselves. It's actually not organised by kind of the adults, so it's quite a unique little activity. It's been going on now for a couple of years, and they're always looking for kind of really interesting, really novel STEM ambassadors to go down and talk to them. Any topics they're kind of they'll take. So let me know if you're interested in going down to Sleaford. And then the last one that's going on in Lincolnshire is Go Construct at Haven High. Again, that's on the 16th of June. In Northamptonshire, if you're down in that part of territory, we've got a careers fair at Abbeyfield. That's in July. We've got another careers fair going on at the primary school, Hunsbury Primary School. That's July 20th. We've got a space-themed enrichment day at Brook Weston Academy. That's this month. We've got a STEM lecture at Northampton Academy. That's in July. And we've got the STEAM Northants Festival. That's at the University of Northampton. That's this month. If you can support any of those events, please let us know when we can get you in touch with the organisers and get you volunteering there.
Thanks for that, Jackie and Corinne. So next I want to talk about empowering you. So we have resources and ways that you can develop yourself delivered by STEM Central. So if you type in any of the things that you see on the screen, for example, hashtag I am remarkable into the platform, you should be able to find that session quite easily and sign up. There are all different ways that you can, learn more about how to be the best volunteer that you can be, practice your presentation skills. There's even some wellbeing stuff on there as well. And also coming up, there will be a new website that will be coming up soon. There's the STEM Ambassador Handbook that came out very, very recently. That's a good way for you to learn a little bit more if you're a new ambassador. I would recommend, if you need any help, go onto the community as well. You can go onto STEM community. You'll find loads of resources, CPD, and you've got loads of people in your area that you can chat to about anything that's on there. If you've got any questions or feedback, please do give us an email. So East Midlands Inquiries, that's the email there, ambassadors@leics-ebc.org.uk. Anything that you have questions about, you want to do a session but you're not quite sure who to talk to in the school, you want to do some volunteering with your company, please get in touch. We are here to help. Anything to do with DBS, because I get quite a few questions to do with DBS and registrations and such, that is handled by Central Team. We've put the email on there as well. That is essayregistration@stem.org.uk. They will help with DBS and inquiries. But if you need anybody to give them a push or want some help, give us an email and we'll forward it on to them as well for you. Lastly, I just want to say a huge thank you to all of you. We can't do what we do without you guys. And we really look forward to continuing to work with you or working with you for the first time. We really appreciate all that you do. Make sure that you give yourself a pat on the back, go and treat yourself to a nice coffee or something. We've got contacts on the screen, so you've got Joe, who's a STEM manager, myself, who's STEM Ambassador Coordinator, Dr. Jackie Elton, who's Lincolnshire Coordinator, Corinne Walkley, who is the STEM Coordinator for Leicestershire and Nottinghamshire. Please get in touch if you've seen anything that you really like, or you've got any feedback, any questions. We are here for you to make volunteering as easy as possible for you. So thank you so much for your time, and have a great rest of your week.